Giraffe Talk is really a concept of adults who have experience in the language of nonviolent communication, going into some kind of school setting and being flexible to work with the school and figure out how we could support the school.
Language is the basis of compassionate communication, the basis of Giraffe Talk. We want the kids to have their thoughts, their words, and their actions come from their heart.
A lot of what we're doing is we're partially modeling a kind of a present and a kind of listening, and we're also trying to impart that to the students. And there's a lot of play and realness involved. Like, it helps to be able to talk about what we're feeling, what our needs are, the kind of the nonviolent communication things that we teach, and how to listen, how to be present with people.
I see the benefits, having them experience compassion and learning to recognize it, learning to recognize what feels right, what feels, I guess, good in their hearts, what's going to nourish them.
Working with kids is, you couldn't ask for a more golden opportunity to really, when people are young, introduce them to the concepts of communication, heartful communication.
Giraffe Talk to me really is about finding your voice and being very clear what's important to you and what matters to you, and really seeing the kids get that and come alive, and you can see it in their eyes and in their faces when it clicks, and they know that they can make a compassionate choice and be an advocate for themselves.
I learn as much from the kids as they're learning from me, if not more. I'm astonished by at the end of the class how things I've never thought of and I've never even crossed into my mind are now there. And it's because of these kids, and they're teaching us. They don't have the barriers like we have.
We have learned in these first 5 years that doing this way of showing up and being with the kids through play is the key. When they're engaged in an activity and they're experiencing it, and then something is happening, if we can capture it then and support them in bringing that to their attention and the attention of others right then and there, there's a deeper integration versus us being worried about today we really want to get from here to here.
We've got kind of a loose idea maybe of what we're going to do, and there's a lot of time for us to connect as facilitators previous to getting with the kids, which I think is helpful in terms of getting us grounded. We're all on the same page.
How we even plan together is a learning experience for me. And then we go into the group of children and see it just kind of take on its own energy. And the children feed into it, and it just kind of plays off of each other.
I know that I would like to save people decades of turmoil and clash, and I like to start with the children because they soak this up, and they're so quick to get this.
Building their foundation to be kind of solid in themselves, so that as they are going through junior high and high school and then even into adulthood, but those years where you're bombarded with I'm not enough, all of those labels that are constantly pushed onto our kids in just regular society.
Giving them some guidance of here's the things to consider when you're in a situation that's maybe not as comfortable as you might like consider what the feelings are, your feelings and the feelings for the other people.
And to be able to articulate that with words that matter, instead of with a fist or a kick or a tantrum or a cry. It's something that's so powerful. When you can start so young, it's a great tool later in life.
I always say the ripple effect is 3 people deep. It will ripple into their relationships with their classmates, with their parents.
We hear from parents some astonishing things about how kids come home and in their interactions with their family and their siblings, they bring that same authenticity from an open heart.
When we have that connection within ourselves and become curious about what's going on in that other person, that boundary, that separation between us and other vanishes, and the natural consequence of that is we interact more peacefully because we see the commonality within ourselves and within the other person.
We yearn for these children to have an experience to really feel felt, where they have an opportunity to express a feeling, something that's really going on inside of them, the sensations in their body that come from a feeling, and to get more in touch that feeling, that sadness or that thrill or that feeling puzzled, that leads to something that's really important. It tells me what matters to me.
I'd love for Giraffe Talk to be that kind of an experience where the kids can come in, be seen, gotten, fully experienced, cared for, and accepted for where they are.